What's going on, guys? It's 304 Tech Maven here, and I didn't really actually plan on shooting this video, but I just couldn't resist from getting this this information out there. If you're in the crypto world, you've obviously seen Bitcoin go higher these past few weeks and months. Recently, you've seen Ethereum, Litecoin, some of those altcoins that have normally been a lot lower than Bitcoin really start to surge. I think Ethereum right now is around $800. Litecoin, I think, is approaching 400, around 375. And obviously, if you guys have been watching, you see I have this 3D printed Bitcoin. Gonna need to make it bigger. I've actually had to go to the backside for every single time that it hits a new 1,000. So hopefully I'll be putting 20K on this bad boy before Christmas. It'd be a great Christmas gift for everyone in the crypto world, but we'll see what happens. So back to this video real quick. Just a brief introduction. All these altcoins, the bigger ones have been exploding. Ethereum, Litecoin, like all the ones I just mentioned, Zcash. Even Dash is getting up there now, and everything's just kind of exploding. And I think that a lot of people are going to miss out on some good opportunity from an investment standpoint. A lot of the cryptocurrencies that I'm interested in are more so from a technology and development standpoint. I fully believe in the blockchain system and everything that blockchains allow for as a society and the things they can contribute. But I just couldn't help to not show you guys these gains, because when I was sitting here doing some work and I pulled out my CoinCap app and I was just blown away by some of the percentage returns that were being seen in some of these lower altcoins that not too many people probably know about. Right now, if you're just getting into Bitcoin, be very cautious about the new altcoins you get into, because there's some altcoins that are really great out there, and there's other ones that could be a scam or different things like that, where people are not too sure about their like the developing team and just aspects like that. So if you're just getting into Bitcoin and you're watching this video, please check out the white papers below. All the coins that are talked about in this video will be below in the comments. So check those out. And if you don't know anyone else in the crypto world, feel free to drop questions below in the comments, or reach out to someone that's kind of that one crazy person that was in crypto like a year or two ago or 3 years ago that you all saw was just crazy. Like, why would they be in crypto? And here we are 2 or 3 years later, and everyone's going and asking them for advice. So if you know someone like that, go talk to them. And they'll definitely be able to help you if you're interested in kind of learning more about crypto and expanding your portfolio if you recently bought Bitcoin or a bigger altcoin like Ethereum or something. So I really just want to dive in. Just right off the bat, we'll get right into it. And please, one last thing, guys, understand that obviously, guys, please invest at your own risk. This is just me almost kind of sharing with you guys what I've seen, because I think there's a lot of people out there that are just getting into crypto that aren't really looking at some of these smaller altcoins that are on the come up. They're more concerned with Bitcoin and the larger ones, and I think that this is a great opportunity for some of those people coming into crypto. And so I just kind of wanted to show them and expose them to this so that they can do their own research and their own R&D or whatever, so they can determine if they believe in the technology that's behind some of these altcoins and some of the purpose behind these altcoins. So just to jump right into it, we'll pull this up on the screen. Right away you have Monero. I know that's a big one. That's the only one in this list that's over 100. Monero is very interesting. They even just had a lot of stuff come out with the artists and selling stuff through the Monero blockchain. And Monero is a very interesting project. Definitely check that out below. I don't want to talk too much about that because it's pretty high up there. I want to talk more about the lower priced altcoins. So just to jump further down, you have Neo, and I'm just going to kind of go through these one by one, guys, and just kind of talk a little bit about them. Some of them I'm more familiar with than others because I've researched some of them more. So if I'm not too familiar with them, I'm just going to kind of jump over it, and I'll have the white paper below. And please comment with any questions or anything you have. I'm going to be researching some of these over the next couple days and stuff like that. So I'm definitely interested to see what you guys are thinking and what you're looking into in terms of crypto. So Neo is a very interesting one. Some people would call this the Ethereum of China. I was reading an article earlier. Neo is really targeting that smart economy and the ability to digitize assets. So it's something that's very interesting. So it is really, it is directly competing with Ethereum, but it's also kind of got its own little niche going on over here. A few interesting things about Neo: it's whole units. So you can't own 0.5 Neo, you own 1 Neo, 10 Neo, whatever. It's not like Bitcoin where it's divisible to 8 decimals or whatever. It's whole units, which was very interesting. And also something else that's interesting is it has Neo, which is almost like the your share in the company or whatever. And it actually gives you voting rights once it becomes a proof of stake. Whereas then you have gas. So gas is actually what almost fuels the NEO network. So when people are using the NEO network, they're actually paying in gas. And it's been interesting to see. So those are two separate currencies. Make sure you understand that you have NEO and then gas. And I think gas earlier was around maybe 35, 40 bucks. But interesting is one interesting thing is that if you have NEO and you have it in the Neon wallet that was created by City of Zion, you'll actually gain gas for each, all the stuff that occurs on the NEO blockchain. So that's something that's really interesting. If you have NEO and you aren't taking advantage of that, make sure you are. I think NEO is going to be real big this next year. I wouldn't be surprised. I hate sticking prices out there too much. I wouldn't be surprised if we break $100 on NEO right around the beginning of this year, towards the new year. You have Nex, I think it's Neon Meta Exchange or something like that. That's a decentralized exchange that's looking to start, up on the NEO platform, which is actually being headed up with a few guys from the U.S. and then I think a PhD and master student, and then a few other guys internationally, and they're teaming up to work with NEO on that. Some of them are actually from City of Zion, and that's kind of some cool stuff about NEO. I've done a lot of R&D on NEO recently, and it's very, very promising. Hopefully China kind of lifts the ban they have going on and kind of adopts NEO more and more in their economy, and more hopefully the Chinese government kind of backs NEO. I think that would be really great to see. So just kind of next, Quantum is one of these ones that I'm not too familiar with, but I had to put it on here because its percent gain for the past week is the highest of any on this chart. 417%. That's absurd. The white paper will be below. I don't know too much about it. OMG, Omisco, same thing. Not too familiar with that, but I really just want to show the gains of some of these smaller, altcoins, because it's just crazy. And for someone who just thinks that maybe Bitcoin's the best, and they just got into Bitcoin, they saw Bitcoin go up thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm not saying that any of these coins, maybe none of them will ever attain what Bitcoin has attained, but most, if not almost all of these coins will have major big gains. This is going to be a big year in the crypto world. And so I just kind of wanted to point these out. So really the next one that I'm pretty familiar with is Status. So Status is really interesting because there's three main there's multiple things to focus on, but big thing first is that it's basically the mobile client for Ethereum in terms of iOS and Android. So they're working on kind of allowing interaction through an application, the Status application, with the Ethereum blockchain and access to any dApps built on the Ethereum blockchain, which is just mind-blowing. If you think about being able to have the capabilities of the Ethereum blockchain on your phone, it's mind-blowing to think about from having it on your computer, but to have it on your phone is just crazy to think about. It's also kind of like a social platform, so there's like a chat almost in it that it could be used, and then in that you could also send people cryptocurrency. And so they have this thing called like a teller market, where it's basically a fiat to crypto is how their white paper describes it, that allows fiat to be converted into crypto, and it's something that's incorporated into their platform. So it's basically a social platform as well as something that gives you accessibility to dApps. So it'll be definitely interesting to see kind of where Status is still an early project, where their product leads to over 2018. I think 2018 is going to be a big year for dApps, and it's going to be a big year for Status. It's going to be a big year for crypto in general. I think the masses are coming to crypto, and it's just going to be a wild year. So make sure you guys either sit back and watch the show or get involved and join the show, because blockchain is definitely part of the future. So back to our list. XEM, something I'm not too familiar with. I don't want to touch too much on that because I don't want to speak with something I'm not familiar with. But once again, percentage gains, wild. I think it was at like 35 cents or something like that a week ago. Just crazy. This like altcoins are booming right now. They've always had somewhat gains, but even NEO. I think you could buy NEO for $30. Like it might have even been less than a month ago, and it's just crazy to look at this list right here and just see some of these gains. It's just crazy. I'm sorry, I know I have to keep saying that, but it's just wild. So the last two, I just want to talk about Kyber Network Token. This is something that is very interesting. It's also something that's going to be just like Status, incorporated into the Ethereum, like based off the Ethereum blockchain. And this is kind of a decentralized exchange. And after reading their white paper and then also reading the Next that I previously talked about for the Neo decentralized exchange. It's going to be interesting to see how these two kind of compete, if they're going to compete or if they're going to be two separate markets. I think they're going to end up competing, but Kyber Network has a little bit of a head start on them. On Next. Next's ICO, I don't think the date still hasn't been announced yet, but if they said, I think Q1 of 2018, so it should be coming up. It'll be interesting to see how much they raise in comparison to how much the Kyber Network token raised. And so it's just, Kyber Network is very interesting because it's a decentralized exchange through the Ethereum blockchain with smart contracts. The other thing that is interesting about their coin, and I think this is something we're kind of starting to see more of maybe, or maybe I've just, the past few currencies I've looked into have had this trait, but so basically the coin deflates by nature. So they have this feature where it burns, where the Kyber Network token gets burnt, and basically it's just gone. And so as more and more people come to use the network, technically the supply should continue to decrease as transactions become, people come more to the exchange, transactions are increasing, all this stuff. And it seems like this is something that, if it just goes mainstream, because it's constantly decreasing in supply and demand's increasing, given basic rules of just supply and demand, it's going to go up. So it's interesting to see that that's designed like that from the start, and it'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out. And Request Network, I don't know too much about. I was talking with someone and they said from first glance it was similar to PayPal. So I got to look more into that, and it'll be interesting to see what that is. I know that also is based on Ethereum, and it should be incorporated there. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to get this list out to you so you could see for yourself, what's going on in the crypto world besides the bigger ones that everyone's talking about on CNBC or whatever. People aren't talking about Quantum going up 417% on CNBC. If they did, I didn't see it, but I don't think they are. And so some of these are very promising, and some of them in a year from now might be worth 5 cents. I don't know. I don't think too many people know what the future of crypto is going to be, but I know it's going to be wild. If it's something you're interested in, comment below. If you have any questions, comment below. And I'm going to be looking into a lot of stuff, and maybe we'll have some more videos coming up on some of these specific cryptocurrencies. But I'm definitely interested to see what you guys think right now. Do you think that altcoins are about to take off? Maybe some people would think that once Bitcoin hits 20K, that's going to open up markets and more money is going to go into altcoins too when people see how Bitcoin hits 20K. Some people might think that when Bitcoin hits 20K, that's going to pull people from the altcoin markets because they want to be involved as Bitcoin soars up. And some people might think that that's why the altcoins are surging now, because in the past couple weeks, Bitcoin's kind of been a little lower than when it hit 19 a few weeks ago, I think it was. It's been floating more around that 16, 17, although now it has gone back up and altcoins are going up. So I don't know if it's because of Bitcoin or what it's because of, but altcoins are going crazy. And if you guys, have done more research about this or something, feel free to definitely comment below. I want to learn just as much as you guys. I'm by no means a cryptocurrency expert. I've just been researching cryptocurrencies the past probably 9 months, more so from a technology standpoint than an investing standpoint. And the normal returns you see from holding a stock or a Roth IRA or whatever are nothing compared to these returns. So if you are an investor out there and you're just getting into it, or you've been in it for a while but you've never really dabbled into an altcoin, you've always been into Bitcoin or Ethereum or something, I hope this video helped you out and kind of got you some exposure to see what else is out there. And definitely check out the links below and learn as much as you can, guys. And as you learn, hopefully I'll learn too. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.